we're in hip hop, cons, and in hip hop, it's a constant chess game of who's in power. And
Consequences here.
Consequences.
Hey guys, consequences.
And so in hip hop, like let's say a rapper's trying to get hot, all right, and they hitting you, yo, play my song, or they dropping an album, yo, and do this and that, and you do all these things for them, and then this shit is scorching now, and then you're like, yo, check this out, yo, fam, you know, I need a little, and then it's quiet. Until they need something again, and then you're gonna remember that they didn't hit you back when you needed them, and then you're gonna try to be like, yo, you know what I need? If you need something again, you gotta do this for me, and then it becomes this vicious cycle of ping pong and back and forth. Because
ping pong with a fireball,
right? Because there's only two seasons in this game: the season when you need me, and the season when I need you.
You hear that gem right there?
I sort of concur with that, but I think
talk close to the mic.
I sort of concur with that, but I also think that realistically speaking, especially with radio is no how the favor business in general.
No.
You know, I think that's where a lot of especially like with you get a lot of guys coming up here with a false sense of entitlement, so to speak, because of the I'm a New York rapper banner and you guys should support. And,
it's other sides it'll go. You got to speak.
You guys should support. You know, you guys should support. I've seen you like engage in verbal spats with
Well, he loves verbal spats. I mean, let's be clear about it.
But I mean, I think like the whole thing with the spats is that what do you walk away with? You know what I'm saying?
I think there's two sides. I don't have to engage, right?
No, you don't.
I could just be like, yo, fam, check this out, get hot, peace, deuces.
You don't even gotta say get hot. I mean, at the end of the day,
yo, your son just poured chips on the floor. The consequences son is 4. He's
consequences of a 4-year-old. I mean, it happens.
He literally was trying to hand it off to Deani.
Say peace.
Now you gotta speak. Now you gotta speak.
It'll come.
Look at him.
He has Doritos in his mouth. He doesn't want to.
I'm warming them out because I swear in the crib he's an animal.
He was trying to hand off the Doritos to Scotty Beam, and he just accidentally poured them all over the floor.
I think do we have vacuums in? Well, yeah, based on our carpets, I know we don't.
And based on your carpets, there's no 5-second rule. There's a half a second rule.
So, no, I engage with people because I think it's healthy, right? I think it's a healthy thing for people to watch and hear a conversation between someone who believes that they're due a look and then dealing with the reality of the business, which is sometimes your initiatives will align. And then sometimes they don't.
I think it villainizes you, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but some of that's part of it. I do that on purpose.
He likes it.
But see, the thing is, you know,
there's a website. It's called blameebro.com.
Yeah, it's your website.
But you know what's funny? Because a lot of times when I watch it and I watch you, and I know, Laura, this is our first time meeting, so it's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I've known Peter since.
You gotta talk closer.
I've known Peter pretty much since the inception of his trek to New York.
Yes.
You know,
since the very beginning.
I met you.
02, 03 had to be
something like that, you know, and y'all not bad guys.
Thank you.
Y'all not bad guys. I mean, you know, I think us individually, we've had instances where we agree to disagree.
All because of your TV show, probably. So I blame you. I blame you in all this.
How can you blame me for providing for my family?
No, I can't. I can't.
Y'all did the same show.
No.
You didn't do the same.
Same producers.
Same show.
No.
Same show. Same show.
It was completely fake.
Ours was improv.
The show I did is completely fake.
Well,
Fair
yeah,
enough.
true.
But all I was trying to say was that.
Let's be honest.
No. You really punched somebody in the back of their head. That was a real thing.
Because I'm a real rapper.
Right, but that's real.
We
didn't engage in any of that.
No, because y'all had guys like me as a blueprint to say we're not going to get into that.
No, sir.
Of course you did.
No, sir. I told Mona, real talk, we are absolutely not doing that type of show.
Like I said, you had guys like me to blueprint to say, yo, you know what?
No.
These are our boundaries.
No, sir.
If you don't have a blueprint to say yay or nay,
we gave two shits about what y'all was doing. We wasn't.
I'm not saying
my
that
language, sir, little man. We was not.
I'm not saying you guys are trying to emulate. I'm saying you guys said, look, we see your other product. We don't want that product. We want to do a product like this. But it's the same show.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
I
let's
understand.
Have another instance where we agree to disagree.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
what
No,
we're
my
saying.
point I was trying to make overall when I said that though.
It's marketed. It was marketed in the same genre.
Yeah.
Genre, no, it wasn't. It was marketed on the same channel. Yes.
Same to the public.
It was marketed on the same channel.
perceived to be the same thing.
It was a.
At the
well,
end
the
of the
public
day,
is
the public is slow.
Yeah, it was an unscripted.
the
It was an unscripted, right?
Unscripted comedy was actually
Comedy.
how we did
They wanted to term it reality show. We let that slide. The only thing real about it was that it was really at Hot 97 with
And we
people who
really work with each
worked
other.
With each
Yeah,
other.
everything else was
Everything else
That's
was
it.
fake. There was nothing real about
Hold
it.
on, but real quick, my point's getting faded away. My point was that you said that we've,
And it was goofy and dumb on purpose.
but you said there were times when we've agreed to disagree, and all I was saying is that when it came to just the pure music business, I don't think you and I have ever even disagreed. I think it was only about the show that we disagreed.
I
Musically,
think,
we're always on the same page.
well, musically from a music taste level, yes, absolutely. I think music politics, no, because at the end of the day, you know, to me, in my judgment, you know, I feel like you took it upon yourself to judge me based on how I felt about situations that were going on with my camp, which is my intimacy. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, there's been times later on, like you and Amber are cool now, and you know, you feel certain ways about Kanye because of that relationship that you have with Amber. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, like, for me, like, I've always been $1 about everything that I do. Like, when the incident happened, you know, at the reunion, you know, me and Ebro spoke. I spoke to you like a man. You know what I'm saying?
What happened?
Like, what?
We talked about it. And
I'm sorry. I made a mistake. When what happened here with Joe happened.
Oh, when y'all ran into each other in the hallway and we didn't know y'all
Yeah.
had problems.
Yeah. No, we didn't know they were going to bump into each other.
Well,
I think that's what happened.
For whatever
I
the
didn't even
case,
know that
whatever the case was, that was destiny. At the end of the day, I chalk it up as that. You know, me and Joe, we did what we did. We had a school. You know, I looked at it like it was a schoolyard situation. Like, you in high school, you run into a person that y'all. You know, you've been hearing this and you've been hearing that, and then it escalates. It could have escalated further, but, you know, we squashed it at the strip club. The irony of that. You know what I'm saying? And that, I mean, but that's just life. That's just life as a New York rapper.
Wait, Con.
You know what I'm saying?
Con. So, you also have new music. I want to make sure I get
Absolutely.
that on.
Yes, that's the number one
but
reason.
That's the number one reason I'm here.
I didn't know. You just said to Rosenberg that he feels some type of way about Kanye because of his Amber relationship. That's not a thing.
No, that's not a thing. I was letting that go, but I don't feel a way. You heard me go at Kanye when I said that what Kanye did. Remember when Kim or Kanye said something? Oh, Kanye.
About the
Yeah, when
100 showers.
Kanye went on the Breakfast Club and said
when we said the 30 shower, when he said the
dirty
30
shower.
shower comment.
Yeah, well, that bothered me.
got it.
But besides that, I don't have a thing with it.
all right, so you're I mean, because obviously this is your platform, you know what I'm saying? So I respect that. You have the platform of talking to
And saying what he feels.
yeah, and saying what you saying how you feel, and that's your right as a man. But it was my right as a man to feel how I felt about my livelihood. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, like, whatever I said to or about Kanye or insinuated at the time when we had that dark period, he and I spoke man to man about it. I've never been the guy to mince my words when in the midst of confrontation.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always been, wherever I stood is where I stand. Where I stood at with it. You know what I'm saying? Not because I was right, because I felt the need to make it an issue. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that that's manhood. You know what I'm saying?
When you're passionate about something, you want to make sure you're heard.
Yeah.
And when you feel something about somebody and they're not paying attention to what you're saying to them, and you're like, yo, check this out, fam.
Well, a little bit of attention, but more so, I mean, obviously, you know, like I said, with my clique, that was my clique for
that was stuff
decade.
but that was stuff we ended up.
And we all moved past it. Like, everybody's seen the pictures, everybody's seen the reconnections. You know what I'm saying? So all of that is really water under the bridge and energy that's dissolved at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not in that space of energy where I'm like, yo, you know, like I'm walking with baggage. You know, like, you know, I spoke to you when I walked in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just here. Like, I have a 4-year-old.
Exactly.
You know I have really great music out right now. Shout out to Mike Cash. Like, we really been putting in tons of work. Like, I got a bunch of collabs coming up. I'm producing for people. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, even at this point in my career, I just feel the need to, like, speak forthrightly more so than carry baggage.
Absolutely. And let me say real quick, because to be completely blunt and forthright, we talk so much every single day that I remember when I remember where I was when you and I were arguing on the phone at some point. I don't even fully remember what we were arguing about. So all I can say is this. I'm sure we did speak about your business and your relationship with Kanye on the air. And I'm not the person who says it's just part of the job. I am the person who will say, I apologize. If I said something that you felt was like, that was uncool, considering Conz put me on stage at Madison Square Garden. You know what I'm saying? Like, Conz has looked out for me. So if I ever said anything that you felt like I was disrespecting your character, I feel bad
I'll be
about
honest.
that.
I felt everything that was said, like, you know, when the promo runs of Love and Hip Hop had gone on with some of the girls coming up here, and, you know, the back and forth darts and the Joe situation. All of that, for me, I'm gonna tell you what made me sore and where I kind of just stopped communicating with you.
Okay.
But I eventually let it go. It was like a 25 or 50 Love and Hip Hop moments, and you got on when I think they had the fight moment as like in the 30s or something, and you was like, yo, Consequence is a coward for what he did. And I was like,
no,
I swear to God.
That has to be an edit job.
I'm sure there's tape. If you said the word coward and consequence in the same sentence, whether they edit
Are you
together
sure?
or not, you did it.
I promise you.
You called Consequence a coward.
Bro, stop instigating.
If I said that, I'm beyond sorry. I would be embarrassed. I'm embarrassed myself.
I was like, you know, I mean, first immediately Smackfest jumped into my mind, and then I was like,
he was never a part of that.
I was like, no, but you were. No, I'm just saying, like,
well, let's have one.
Nah,
you were like, let's.
But by the way, Smackfest is not a punch in the back of the head. It's not running up on somebody when they not looking, fam.
Listen, at the end of the day, I'm from where I'm from. Ain't no rules when nobody talking about your family.
I don't disagree with that.
Ain't no rules.
What it is.
I love Joe, but I don't necessarily disagree with that.
I'm just saying what it is. From where I come from, yo, when you got 6 foot 9 security, look, I'm my size.
You gotta go.
I ain't, and I don't have a complex about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, where I'm from and how I survived, you do what you gotta do when you gotta do it. And like, I smacked the same person I smacked in the back of the head, went and called 3 other people. So obviously, it wasn't like, yo, let me get a square up.
I thought y'all squashed it.
No, I mean, we squashed it. We did. I'm saying in the moment. I'm talking about in the moment. I have no problem with Joe Budden. I wish him the best in what he does with the rest of his career. You know what I'm saying? But at that moment, like I said, if you gonna keep it a buck, yeah, I smacked him because at the end of the day, I saw the opportunity, and from where I'm from, you strike first and you survive. It wasn't even about TV. It wasn't even about nothing. It was about. It was
felt like that was the only time you was gonna get to him, and you wanted to get to him.
And I wanted to get to him. That was the point. The point was to get to him. So I didn't run from the revenge.
Right, but you gotta understand that if somebody has a comment about how you went about getting that, they're not in your shoes. I'm not. So they're speaking as outside.
And I've never said, yo. I just felt.
If I said
I just felt as a person that I knew.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Rosenberg.
No, I'm gonna go.
That's what it is.
Stop cursing in front of the child. I'm gonna look that up. If I said that, I am personally sorry.
And I appreciate it.
And that because
I move past
it. It's possible. You know, you've been around those people before. It's possible. I'm sitting there. They're like, hey, let's do a blah blah.
I'm
not. It's me.
No.
If I said it, it was me.
No. But I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason why I ain't call you about it is because I know how them people get down. You know what I'm saying? I know you was coerced into some of that. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, time heals wounds. It does. I'm past
And by the way, if you did say it, it's okay for you to feel the way you felt. And it's okay
I don't think I felt that way. I don't remember caring enough.
But as friends, that's a little.
That's what I'm saying. He put me on as friends. That would be messed up.
I have friends that do cowardly shit. You're my friend, Rosenberg. You're a piece of shit sometimes.
Thank you.
I tell Laura Styles to her face all the time, yo, you acting like a real piece of shit.
That's true.
I'll take it because I probably
stop with the whole just because you friends. I'm not. We work. First of all, we work in the public, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
that part makes it complicated.
A lot of things get complicated when your job is to be in the public.
Absolutely.
And I want to apologize for cursing in front of your son. He brought him a hot 97. Young man, it's hot 97.
Understandable.
But
he doesn't seem scarred.
He doesn't. But that makes it complicated. Where it's like, yo, your friend did something crazy. We all work in the public.
Yeah.
I can't sit here and act like my friend isn't acting like a coward. If that's how I feel in that situation, doesn't mean he's not my friend. You have family members. We have family members that do crazy things, and you got to stand in the flames with them.
Absolutely.
And criticize them while you stand in the flames.
I personally didn't, like I said, in my mind state, I didn't feel it was cowardly at all, because at the end of the day, if it was cowardly, then I would have called for backup, because I'm a coward. I fought 3 people by myself.
I mean, you went for yours.
With my baby mother with me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't call nobody. I got squad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got squad that do what they do. You know what I'm saying? So it's never about, for me, it wasn't about that. I'm just saying,
you wanted to get your licks in.
I wanted to get my licks in, and if I didn't do it the way I would have did it, then at the end of the day,
you would have felt some way about yourself.
I would have felt some way about myself.
Well, I'm glad you guys cleared the air. But Can we get to his music?
Yeah, I do want to get to his music. I'm glad we had this conversation.
And like I said, I appreciate it. I forgive it. All is forgiven.
And especially like you understand. I've known not only Consequence put me on stage at the Garden.
We heard.
I've known Jen since separately from how I know Consequence. Yeah. So there's a lot of history there. So I feel bad about it.
You guys feel better now?
I feel better.
Cons, let's get to this ghostwriter talk.
I thought we were getting to his music.
We're gonna get to that.
I mean,
Khan's writes some amazing music, and he's written some amazing music for other people.
True.
And the ghostwriting thing for you has been a part of your career. You made a lot of money doing it. You've written a lot of songs for people. We don't have to get into who, what, when, where, and if you want to talk about it, it's your business.
It's a service.
It's a service. When the Drake Meek Mill thing comes to the forefront of the game, what was Consequence thinking in the moment when Meek Mill poked Drake and said, yo, that verse, this, that, and things bubbled up? Where were you at? What were you thinking?
Stay out of it, Quince. That's what I was thinking. Stay out of it. I've learned.
Yeah.
Wisdom is a great teacher. I've learned. Stay out of it.
Do you think Meek did the right thing in pointing it out?
You got to be ready for action when you do that. You got to be ready for action. This is rap. Still rap music. You know, whether because you're getting pop looks and you are influencing and affecting pop culture, you still have to be armed and ready as a rapper if you're going to call another rapper out. And the thing is, like, shout out to Drake. He really rose to the occasion. He really did.
Were you surprised by that he was the aggressor? No,
he's in the zone. See, that's the thing. Like, sometimes you can't move, and this isn't a sexist comment at all, but I'm just as an alpha male, you can't make an alpha male move in the midst of vagina. It's not smart.
Meaning because of Meek's relationship, you felt like that somehow compromised him?
I feel like because you think an ass the size of Nicki Minaj won't compromise your art as a rapper? That's a big ass to be laying up with and then battle one of the best rappers on earth.
It's like you're too comfortable. You're too happy to even be in that space.
You don't even have enough blood in your I'm talking physics. Like, you can't.
You're talking about like a boxer.
Oh, so he
literally was. His legs were soft.
His legs was weak.
I've never heard this theory. It's actually
theory.
It's not nonsensical.
No, it's not.
Like, because
it is a combat sport.
Look at it. Look at it in hindsight. Look at what occurred. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, you don't know where like Meek and I think I've been around. He a real dude.
Yeah.
He's solid. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if he properly estimated what Drake has gone through in rap. I've known Drake since he started. I've seen the behind the scenes thing. So now, in a moment of coronation, do you think he's gonna drop the ball? Because he did. That's what happened. You know what I'm saying? His legs weren't weak at all. He actually was like, "This is it.
I've been waiting for this.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is it. This is my goal." And he took it. And
do you like many people who are purist MCs and rappers who want to put an asterisk next to Drake's name because of the songs that were reference tracks? Do you live in that place as a purist in hip hop?
I live in that place as a purist in hip hop, but as a businessman, I completely understand if it occurred. Because this is the music business. There is the culture of hip hop doesn't have a tax ID number. So what tends to happen is a lot of time. That's why when I wanted to say to you, like, this radio, especially radio, is not the favor business. So a lot of times when these guys come up with the culture cape on, you're not gonna save hip hop, because that's not how you save hip hop.
Well, and that's also taking a risk to help you ain't necessarily gonna keep my job.
We didn't even get to that part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't even get to that
And
part.
when I'm not here no more, guess who ain't calling me and worrying about my well-being? None of these artists.
I mean,
I'll still call you, bro.
Maybe.
I'll still call you.
Doubt it.
Well, I don't call you. I'll text you. I'll text you 100%.
I mean, so basically what you're saying is we are all subjected to temperature.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you're subjected to temperature and you're cold, but you want to feel like you're hot, you're misinformed. You know what I'm saying? That's why they have thermometers to check where you at. You know what I'm saying? To check what's going on. That's why we have all the analytics. That's why, shout out to Spotify. Shout out to Spotify. They've been a great supporter of me, re-entering the field as far as doing music, because they're a great gauge for what's going on in popular music
and specific genres.
And specific genres of music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, to circle back to like the whole Drake and Quentin Miller scenario. Like, ultimately in business, you want to take your shot at success and be able to, number one, make the basket, and then number two, expand.
And you're saying that, when you're an MC, a rapper, sometimes you're compromising culture to forward business. Is that what I'm getting from what you're saying?
I don't know if it's a compromise. I can't say it's a compromise because of the fact that nothing beats business at all. There's no beating business. Business, this is America. It's based on capitalism. Donald Trump can run for president because of capitalism. Not because of ideology, because of capitalism. He can continue to have a forum and a platform because it's bought and paid for by the following. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was solely based on ideology, which culture is a byproduct of, then you can run for president right now.
But I ain't got the paper.
You gotta have the paper. You gotta have the resource. Not only just the paper, the resource. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, boy. You gotta have the resource and the paper to do what it is that you want to do out here in order to thrive, to have that shot at success. You know what I'm saying?
I just wanted to hear, because you are the rapper with amazing rhymes. No one would ever take that away from you. With different styles that you brought to the game. You've come up through Tribe Called Quest. That's one of the first times we got exposed to you.
Definitely.
We know you were a part of Kanye West thing, et cetera, et cetera. And I know you lived through a point where you didn't feel like you was getting your accolades, and you was also giving a lot of your material in support of other people.
Yeah. Well, I think
so. I wanted to hear from someone like that.
I think the accolade thing for me is more based on, with accolade obviously comes higher pay, more higher pay,
more opportunities,
opportunity to create more revenue streams. So it's worth fighting for. It's worth voicing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was never a scenario where I didn't like somebody because of what they were doing or what opportunities came their way. I just want my own shit. I just want my own shit.
Well, look, you sent me 2 records.
Yes.
Let's get one of them on. What's the biggest one you want to get to the people? You want to hear New Consequence right now? What do you want them to hear?
Well, I definitely want them to hear When I Want It. That's me. That's my new single off of my EP, A Good Comeback Story. It's a great record. It's a great record for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And it's me by myself. And I mean, I definitely would like you to play Countdown as well. Countdown is me featuring Lupe Fiasco and Chris Turner.
Yeah.
It's a great collab. But the record I'm going for is When I Wanna.
Okay, When I Wanna. Let's play that. And then you're coming back around when the EP drops. We're gonna talk who you working with, who you producing with, et cetera.
I got.
And I want to bring you up for real late too. We'll have a site.
I got a bunch of positive energy going on, and I just want to continue it, with you guys. And I'm very appreciative to be able to come back to High 97.
Always.
Well, you was never couldn't.
No.
Well, how you started the conversation? You like, you know, when you're in that area where you know, but you don't know.
You should have always known, bro. You were always good.
I mean, you know, like I said, it's love though. It's love though.
Consequence.
Queens.
Always entertaining.
Yeah,
always.